Despite all the territory that ISIS has managed to capture both in Syria and Iraq, as you can see here, these red and black areas, these operations are limited as defined so far because the objectives of these operations are limited to two main goals. The first goal is here, and these are the Yazidi people that we've heard about holed up in these mountains just to the west, or the east rather, of Mosul, surrounded now. They needed food, as those were the humanitarian airdrops yesterday, and now they need protection. They need a secure humanitarian corridor to get them away from here to safer ground in Kurdish-controlled areas. That's objective number one. Objective number two is in Erbil, the capital of the Kurdish-controlled areas in the north. In Erbil, you have the U.S. consulate here in Ankawa, in the northern part of the city. Keep in mind, this is only about 20 miles to the border with Iraq, where ISIS forces have managed to get. U.S. officials very concerned about the threat to American personnel there, both military and consular staff, and they want to protect them, and that's why they've been taking military strikes on ISIS targets just along the border of Erbil. The open question, Jake, is this. What do you do about all this here, all these other areas? How much help do you give the Iraqis? Josh Earnest today said that there could be a somewhat broader mission, but did not define what U.S. help would be going forward. That's the open question for the administration. Iraqi forces to this point have not been able to push ISIS forces back. In fact, ISIS has been advancing. What does the U.S. do to help them, if anything, going forward?
Jim, ISIS has been slaughtering tens of thousands of innocent Iraqi for months. Why act now?
It's a fair question. Those two reasons that I gave you. One, you have a looming massacre for the Yazidi people here, clearly something that the administration could not stomach. The prospect of some 40,000 Yazidis slaughtered, as many thousands, hundreds of others have been slaughtered in other parts of the country. One, plus the risk to U.S. personnel. That was enough. You'll remember that when ISIS was advancing towards Baghdad some weeks ago, the U.S. was talking about action to protect the airport, to protect American staff here. That was managed to be pushed back by Iraqi forces. Kurdish forces up here in the north could not apparently push back ISIS forces, so the U.S. felt compelled to act now.